How's that new Dark Universe working out, Universal? Hi everybody, Anthony here from Osmanthi Productions, and today I'm going to give you my review of the latest Universal Monsters low-budget reboot from Blumhouse and Leigh Whannell, Wolfman. But before I get started, you know exactly what to do. At the end of the video, if you think I've earned it, please leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss any of my new reviews. Now let's get into it. After the death of his father, Blake, played by Christopher Abbott, loads his family, including his wife Charlotte, played by Julia Garner, and his young daughter Ginger, played by Matilda Firth, into a moving truck and shuttles them off to Oregon to pack up his dad's belongings. But on the way there, they end up in an accident and are attacked by a mysterious creature who wounds Blake. The rest of the night is an exercise in hell and tragedy as they're stuck in Blake's dad's old house, trying to fight off this creature while Blake slowly succumbs to his injuries and becomes the Wolfman. Sorry, just Wolfman. He's had some ups and downs, but in my opinion, Leigh Whannell is a force to be reckoned with. Even before his superb remake of The Invisible Man that came out in the worst year of the last 10, 2020, he was the driving force behind Saw and that turning into a franchise, and he did one of my top 10 movies of 2018, the insanely creative and brutal Upgrade. So when I heard he was bringing us a remake of The Wolfman, I was pretty excited.
But you shouldn't be.
And the approach he took here is definitely unique. To start with what I liked here, the cast is solid. All 3 or 4 members of them. There's a definite tragic element here that's played up that adds to the emotional weight in the character journeys, and Christopher Abbott really brings that home, especially when you see his relationship with his young daughter, along with just how emotionally mature and transparent he is with his wife. And once shit hits the fan and he starts to transform, you really start to feel for him. Honestly, kind of bringing to mind how you feel about Jeff Goldblum's character by the end of The Fly.
I'm scared.
Julia Garner's Charlotte is a little less layered, mostly because there's not as much for her to do. In the beginning, her and Blake have some relationship drama that does bring their relationship much more down to earth. But by the halfway point, her role is relegated to screaming, running, waving around a rifle, and trying to figure out how to protect her daughter. Good, realistic stuff, but it didn't really do much to make her a well-rounded character. Matilda Firth's Ginger is definitely a standout here. She's a solid child actor, and the father-daughter relationship that they write with her and Blake here is seriously adorable. And though she does end up just kind of running and screaming in the last half, you still see how insanely hard and traumatizing this all is for her, especially when combined with just how naturally that young actress can be terrified. Ginger's gonna need years of therapy after this, that's for sure.
Goodbye, everyone. I'll remember you all in therapy.
Moving on from the cast, I mentioned the tragic elements here, and there's also elements of body horror that go with it, and I think that's where the film works the best. Whether it's Blake losing the ability to speak, his hair loss on his head and growth everywhere else, his newly protruding jaw, or the way his teeth and nails graphically change, it's all both tragic and wince-inducing. This is all just complemented by the incredible prosthetic work here, even more so when considering this film's $25 million budget. Not nearly as low as The Invisible Man, which I think was like $7 million, but still pretty low considering how good this looks. Now, to move on to the things that I didn't like as much that took this down from a great to just kind of good, decent territory, this film's really boring in a lot of parts. It's only an hour and a half long, and the main attack with the wolf creature, shown in the trailers with the box truck and the trees, doesn't even happen until halfway through.
How long is this going to take?
I mean, that's fine. There always needs to be set up in a horror movie. We don't just jump right into it. But that's usually only 15 or 20 minutes, not 45. From there, the rest of the movie is just long, pondering scenes of Blake transforming, or with us getting to see his new point of view with these new wolf powers he has, combined with even longer, sadder scenes of the family just sitting around wondering what to do or just being resigned to their fate. This is like the entire second half, too, with only the occasional nasty scene of body horror or reappearance of the original Wolfman to spice things up a little bit. But by the time that we get to this straight up downer of an ending, it's just a little too late. Though I appreciate the slower, more grounded approach that Universal's taking with these horror movies now, I kind of found myself longing for the campy, gory insanity of the 2010 film featuring Benicio del Toro. So overall, though it had a great cast, a strong lead character, great special effects, and a dedication to body horror, tragedy, and a dark tone, this movie just didn't have enough bite to hold my interest throughout this short runtime. It's just too slow and boring in between things happening. Not to mention the fact that the story doesn't even really kick off until halfway through. And that's my review of Wolfman. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this review, you know exactly what to do. I said it earlier. Please leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss any of my new reviews. While you're at it, you can scroll down to the description below, find the links to my socials, leave a comment, let me know if you saw this movie and what you thought, and if you want more of my content, you can click or tap on these cards right here. I'll take you to my top 10 movies list of 2024, or just over to my channel where you can check out the rest of my reviews and my shorts. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you next week for my review of a movie featuring a bald Mark Wahlberg, Flight Risk.